Hello, everyone. Welcome to Post Boredom. This is the show where we talk about games after we've played them, and this edition is On Tour, which is a fun little dice luck and strategy game where you're trying to place numbers on the United States of America in a specific order so that you can connect them in numerological order. Numeric order. There it is. Numeric order, and get the longest tour of anybody, in addition to these additions where you can get special circled states. I don't know, what, double tour?
Sure. We do an encore.
Yeah, you do an encore in those states, and you get more points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll start it off with Denise here, who won with... How many points did you score?
35.
35.
25 states visited, 10 circled states visited, so 35 total.
Yeah, so for reference, I scored 30 points, and I thought that I was going to be the victor, but no dice. No dice.
2 dice.
So do you want to just quickly walk us through the early strategy that you had? Because the difference between my board and your board that I see instantly is I kind of stacked those early stars that we got from rolling doubles, and you kind of spread them out, and I see that worked out pretty well for you.
I really, first of all, want to say I really like this game a lot. This is the first time I've ever won, but every time I play, it's a completely different game. But what happened was on our first couple rolls, we had a really low number and a really high number right next to each other, and how are you going to go around that, right?
Yeah.
So I just sort of spread the stars, figuring that I can, count on the luck of the rolls and the regions that you put them in to hopefully put them all together. And
it's crazy that you managed that bounce back and almost made it to the opposite coast and came back. That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought for sure when I put 90 in Florida, it was going to be done. I wouldn't do, but then we kept rolling all the high numbers in this area, and I could just sort of stick them in.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even use that 5. I just threw it away, and you were able to incorporate that, and Ben did too.
Yeah,
that was kind of the very end game for me. Was I had kind of everything over here in the mountain plains region, and then the Midwest. I was trying to get this north area with my stars connected, and at the very end of the game, I was able to fit a 16 in Wisconsin.
That really helped us both. I think that 16 right there.
Oh yeah, you did the same thing. Yeah, so that's how I was able to connect my stars, starting with the number 5. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game where it's equal parts strategy, but also some luck involved, where you kind of need the numbers to roll, but also if you've already rolled something, it can't be rolled again. So you there's a better chance that you're going to get numbers that can help you out, so long as you've left an opening for them to help you. But it also depends on the cards that you flip, because it's I could really use this number in this region, and you just don't have access to it, so it kind of neuters what you're able to do.
I've said it a bunch of times off camera, but this is kind of if you were to go from Codenames to Decrypto, this is Yahtzee to On Tour. It's kind of how, because it's a lot of luck, but then it's where you place it on how you're getting your points. And the thing that I like about this is that even if it's a bad roll, it's everybody's roll, and it's not oh, I rolled this number, so I'm screwed, and someone can get lucky and whatever. And it's a lot more strategy. And sure that in the later game, a roll is good for you and bad for another person, but it's just because of how you played those exact same numbers.
I had a point in the game where 61 was rolled towards the end of the game, and 61 was perfect to connect a gap, which would have given me 8 more points. But not only couldn't I put it there, I had to put it where I blocked my 10 through 15, so I destroyed a line in another area because I didn't have the card. Had the card been there, I'm connecting both and probably in the 30s, and because that number didn't come up when I had the cards, I scored 12. So, it's midway through the game, I liked the way my board was spreading, and then the wrong cards came with the wrong rolls and just destroyed my card.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we like to talk about, not to single you out, but just because you haven't been here for one of these, I've heard from the winner how she liked the game, but you came in last.
Oh.
How do you feel about the game?
Well, you know me. I'm a closet Yahtzee
I don't
Was
like
it?
closet.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
just a
it's
fan.
like
Pretty out there.
Yeah.
Catan and Yahtzee are neck and neck, but nobody will ever play Yahtzee with me, so I do like Catan.
In fairness, because you want to play the whole card at one time.
Well,
yeah,
that's
there's
how
6
you-
games in a Yahtzee
In a
card,
card.
so you
Yeah.
don't waste paper.
Yeah. you play-
That's one game of Yahtzee.
Yes, but that also
One round.
that makes it more skillful too.
That's the first round of Yahtzee.
It puts more skill into it.
And you have to play 3
But
rounds.
anyway.
But anyway, this game definitely in the top 10. Still Catan, Decrypto, or above it. But probably in that 5 to 7 range.
Did we do, was it top 3
Yeah.
on our
Yes.
things forever
Yeah.
ago?
Mhm.
Would this be in your top 3 or is that still Decrypto, Catan, Yahtzee? It's close.
Yeah, it's really close. I would recommend this to people and say go out and get it. And it's different every time depending on where the initial numbers are
Yeah,
rolled.
yeah. There's a
So-
part we skipped in our video, but there's a setup where there's going to be 4 states that are pre-filled for you, and you have to work around it, which adds more to it. Because if you had a clean open slate, you have way more
Yeah.
room to like do what you want, and then this gives you kind of hurdles you got to work through.
Yeah,
so
that- yeah.
adds some variability to it.
And that's what the cards do too. So you can't just say, okay, I'm going to do 1 through 30 up here, and then 31 to 60 here, and then come back. It doesn't work that way. And I found that sometimes I'm too conservative, and then the numbers roll back to back, and then you end up having to take 0 because you took, say, a 30 to 38. Because you didn't expect 31 through 37 to all roll later in the game, and they do. Or sometimes you take that risk and they don't come up. So, but yeah, as the ultimate loser in this game, it's tough when you get a rough board like this and the numbers kind of bite you in the butt, but I still had fun. I definitely have more fun when the numbers go your favor,
Yeah.
but it's not like Catan when you've been muscled out of everything and you're just kind of stuck there and you know you have no chance.
Yeah, this is kind of different from Catan in that sense, in that even at the very end when you're like, oh man, I'm gonna need something to happen for me to string together something, like there's still that possibility, whereas Catan, you kind of have to abandon everything and go for like development cards if you're gonna have any chance of winning, because you're just cut off. Whereas this, everybody has their own map, they're doing their own thing, so you can kind of strategize in whatever way you want.
In the course of the intro to this video, discovered I could have had 1 more point. So I kind of just reworked
Well,
my board a little
addendum.
bit.
You get your 1 more point
I had-
and stay in
I had
3rd place.
25 points. And my board was an absolute nightmare. I tried to use all of the numbers that I was started with, and I instead used only 2. But I really like this game. I'm terrible at it. I won once.
Yeah.
That was cool. I built 2 lines and they got connected by a number, and by some magical fluke I got 32 points. But
We have a tradition of taking the high scores, like the highest score we've ever gotten across all games, and we write it inside the lid of the box, and then whenever that is defeated, we'll add it to it. And our record right now is 38, right?
Yes.
And like that was, we're like, oh, that's a box score, and that's how
For
we
sure.
started it, and we
Yeah.
hadn't even like touched it yet. That was the closest we've ever been.
Yeah.
But that was a prettier board.
Oh, for sure.
Her
yeah,
board was
absolutely.
Yeah.
amazing.
Like being able to utilize Florida, where it's literally you just have to go in and out, and that's pretty
The
impressive.
fact that you were able to use that and also come out of it is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time we've used a corner.
But yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat as Troy, where this game doesn't quite crack my like top 3, maybe not even top 5, but definitely in that like 5 to 7 range, I would say. Like I really enjoy it. This is only my 2nd time playing, but I feel like it's a fun little game where you're trying to strategize and figure out, like statistically speaking, where you should put things, and that can either work out great or not at all, and that's kind of on you.
If you like numbers, you'll like it.
It's kind of addicting too. Like right after you play, you're like, I want to play again.
You're like, I can do better.
Yeah, I can do better. Like I want to do better.
Yeah.
So it definitely has replayability.
I was just thinking that's probably it has that new game factor where we're playing it over and over again, but I haven't done it to this level since I think Arcadia Quest.
Yeah.
Because Because a lot of the stuff we'll get, we'll like play 2-3 times, and then we're like, oh, let's try this one. We haven't done this yet, but this one's just been like, oh, we got some free time. Let's play a round of On Tour. So that's been super
We
cool.
played a round of On Tour while we were waiting to play a round of On Tour.
today.
Yeah.
So that
happened.
should tell you something.
So yeah, go out and get it and try it for yourself. Maybe play along with our video if you already have it. So yeah, later.
Bye.
This is the
that was
post
really
video end. No one will ever see this, but all these videos are brought to you by Barrow's Pizza Extra Sauce.
Let's go! Make it happen. Crack open a pizza. It's time to eat food.
Crack open a pizza.
Yeah. We have a problem because I would like to crack open a cold one, but there are no boys.